Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to McKeen's Hockey on YouTube. On today's video, we're going to take a look at the mid-season rankings, the top 32 prospects for the 2024 NHL Draft. There's been some noticeable movement since the early rankings were released, and we're going to show that right now with some highlights. And if you're interested in NHL prospects and fantasy hockey news, check us out on McKeensHockey.com. There's a lot of great articles that the crew has put out, and you'll definitely want to take a look at that. And can you please subscribe, hit that like button, and help the channel grow? We would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, so starting off the midseason rankings, we're going to go with number 1, and of course, it remains Macklin Celebrini at Boston University. And check out these stats. He has 42 points in 26 games, top 10 amongst all college players at this moment. He sits comfortably at the top of our rankings. Not only has he continued to be a difference maker at Boston University, but he was also a solid contributor at the World Juniors for an underwhelming Canadian team. In our opinion, he is unquestionably the top prospect available this year and is one player we view as a near surefire high-impact player at the NHL level. Okay, moving on, number 2, and this has not changed either. It is Sam Dickinson from the London Knights in the OHL. He's a 6'3" defender and has 53 points in 52 games for the Knights. He continues to have an impressive draft year season in London and brings along some toughness defensively, but also a big cannon from the point. He can just wire a puck, and it shows on the score sheet. Over a point per game in the OHL is very impressive for a defender, especially draft year defender. So he remains number 2 on our list, Sam Dickinson. Okay, moving on, we got number 3. And we have a player that has moved up the rankings a bit, and that is Ivan Demidov. He has been just on fire in the MHL, the Junior Russian League right now. He has 57 points in 28 games. He started off the season in KHL, got injured, and then came back and has just been on fire since joining the junior club. Like I said, while he had some ice time issues at the KHL level, he has been an absolute monster at the MHL level. And in a draft that we feel lacks high-end upside, he stands out as a potential difference maker. And you can see in these highlights, when he has the puck on his stick, he has some high-end talent and is very confident and sees the ice very well. He's certainly going to be a top-end pick in this draft, depending on where the lottery falls. So number 3, Ivan Demidov. Okay, moving on, we have number 4. And this is another defender. There are a lot of high-end defensemen in this draft, and this is Anton Silayev. He stands at 6'7", 207 pounds, and he plays in the KHL as an 18-year-old, and he has 11 points in 57 games, which makes him the record holder for U18 defenders in the KHL at the moment. Now, the thing that stands out with Silayev is his mobility as a big player. He has some great range, some great edge work, and you're hoping that you can keep that offensive touch as well. So he remains a top 5 pick for McKeen's Hockey, and it'll be interesting to see where he ends up come draft day. Okay, so moving on. Now we have number 5, and this player has been a riser this season, and that is Cayden Lindstrom from the Medicine Hat Tigers in the WHL. He is 6'4", 216 pounds, and he has 46 points in 32 games. Prototypical power forward who has some nice offensive upside and a great shot. He's been out with an injury for the last month or so, which hasn't really affected his stock though. He's still climbing the rankings. A lot of scouts are liking his total game and that he's got some good compete, and he's a great skater and a great shot and some offensive upside, like we said. So he remains high on the list for McKeen's Hockey, and we have him in at number 5. One of the big risers this season for sure. Heading to number 6, now we have another player from the WHL, and that's Berkly Catton. He plays for the Spokane Chiefs, and he has 83 points in 50 games. Has been on an absolute wagon lately, and just continues to put up numbers all season long. Berkly Catton is a prospect that seems to be the quiet star in the top 10 of this class. No draft-eligible prospect has as many points as Berkly Catton over the past 2 weeks, with 11 points in 6 games, 7 goals, 4 assists. He's a player that should be stirring some more conversation as a target for your team, and he likely will be down the stretch. All right, so if we talk about the top 8 thus far, we have Macklin Celebrini at 1, Sam Dickinson at 2, Ivan Demidov at 3, Anton Silayev at 4, Cayden Lindstrom 5, Berkly Catton 6, Artyom Levshunov out of Michigan State, he's at number 7, and Konsta Helenius from Finland rings in at number 8. Continuing on into the top 10, at number 9, we have Cole Eiserman from the NTDP. He's a player that's been falling outside of our top 10. While the goal scoring ability is unquestionably impressive, we've been left wanting more from the rest of his game and feel that his development is showing signs of plateauing. But when it comes to goal scoring, he can definitely put the puck behind the net and has been doing so all season long. And actually, he ranks number 2 all time for the NTDP goal scoring, right behind Cole Caulfield. So when it comes to shooting and scoring, he's at the top of the list for this draft class for sure. So Cole Eiserman rings in at number 9. Okay, at the tail end of the next 8, at number 16 is Michael Brandsegg-Nygard. And he's from Norway and plays in Sweden right now. And he has 14 points in 33 games and had a really nice showing at the World Juniors. And here's a clip from him taking the puck against Slovakia here. And you're going to see that he has a great shot. Look at that. Absolutely blows up the bottle there. Brandsegg-Nygard is inside driven and isn't afraid of getting his hands dirty in the corners. With his excellent hands and hockey sense, he can turn loose puck battles into scoring chances in an instant. So number 16 on the list, Michael Brandsegg-Nygard. Okay, so as I said, Cole Eiserman at 9, Zayne Parekh, the offensive dynamo in Saginaw in the OHL, he's at number 10. Carter Yakemchuk, another D with some offensive upside, at number 11. Tij Iginla sits at number 12. Liam Greentree, Windsor Spitfires at 13. Trevor Connelly out of the USHL at 14. Zeev Buium having himself a great season defensively for Denver in the NCAA. And then Michael Brandsegg-Nygard at number 16. So now, number 17 in the next tier, we have Adam Jiricek, who plays in the Czech Men's League and has 1.19 games played. Unfortunately, he's been plagued with injuries all season, so we really haven't had a chance to see his progress. And actually, at the World Juniors, got hurt on the first shift in the first game, so that kind of may have affected his draft ranking, I guess you could say. He's a well-rounded two-way defenseman who doesn't excel at one certain skill, but plays a polished game. He has the potential to be a solid all-around top 4 defenseman at the NHL level. All right, moving on, we have at number 24, a player out of the USHL, Sacha Boisvert, who plays for the Muskegon Lumberjacks. He's 6'2", 179 pounds, has 67 points in 41 games, and has been really playing well in the USHL as of late. He's a big player with some nice mobility and some nice hands, as you see in this clip here. He absolutely can dangle with the puck on his stick and has been impressive thus far, as we've said, in the USHL. And his rankings are indicative of that. So Sacha Boisvert at number 24. So if we look at the list from 17, Adam Jiricek, 18, Jett Luchanko, 19, Matvei Shuravin, 20, Michael Hage out of Chicago, the USHL, 21, Alfons Freij, 22, Emil Hemming, 23, Ryder Ritchie out of Prince Albert in WHL, and then 24, Sacha Boisvert. Number 25, Harrison Brunicky out of the Dub, Andrew Basha, who is a dynamo offensively. He's at number 26. Henry Mews, dropping in the rankings a little bit for Ottawa in the OHL at number 27. Dom Badninka is at 28. Beckett Sennecke at 29. Igor Chernyshov, 30. EJ Emery out of the NTDP at 31. And the last name called at number 32, Leo Sahlin Wallenius, the Swedish defender. And that is it for today. Like I said, please check out the website if you want more information on prospects and fantasy hockey. That's at McKeensHockey.com. And can you hit that subscribe and like button to help the channel grow? We'd really appreciate that. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.